Jordan at the pregame warm-up, and they talked about the outstanding play of the defensive line and just tremendous play by the linebackers. And as he mentioned, the secondary may be the weakest link in that defensive chain.
The 38th meeting actually between these two teams. Jackson State has won the last 18 meetings between these two schools.
Pressure.
Stacey Moore gets it away, and he has it incomplete. Wilmore was the intended receiver. He was right at the first down marker. He knew where to go, but it falls incomplete. So they'll have to punt it away from their own 21. And their punter is Curtis Neal. Watch it once again.
Look at the incompleted forward pass here.
The advantage is Stacey Moore's a left-hander. It hit the ground clearly. Deep man for Jackson State is Ernest Pate, number 4, standing at his own 40.
Should have relatively fine field position following this punt.
Curtis Neal.
Don't let it bounce.
It goes out of bounds right at the 44-yard line, and that's where Jackson State will go to work in relatively good field position for their second offensive possession of the evening. Timeout after a 34-yard punt by Curtis Neal, who was averaging 35 coming in.
You guys just think you're so bad.
You think that's bad? This is bad.
Hot and spicy chicken. So good it's bad.
This is the king of bad. I'm telling you.
This isn't bad. This is good. This is incredibly good.
Hot and spicy chicken.
I say something bad?
This October, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
MC Hammer knows how to make a phone call sizzle. Call 1-900-740-3334 to connect with MC Hammer's hottest phone line ever. MC Hammer has the telephone rap that really makes you listen. Call MC Hammer, the winner of 2 American Music Awards. 1-900-740-3334. Find out how you can leave the Hammer your own personal message. Call 1-900-740-3334 and connect with MC Hammer. $2 each minute. Kids, get your parents' permission to call and get to know the Hammer.
Where you gonna be working?
Being brought to you by New Tropicana Juice Sparkler. Fruit juice with sparkling fizz. Charlie Neal Lombardi here. 9:34 remaining first quarter. Jackson State leading 7-0. And there's a final. Oh, I thought it was a score.
It looked like one.
68-2. That's the yards.
Is that a prediction?
It scared me there.
Is that a prediction?
No. That's Lim's wishful thinking. First and 10 at their own 45. Jackson State with Gregory back to pass. He lets it go long. Heath is out there. Has it at the 55 yards on the touchdown to Heath. His first reception for a touchdown this year.
Couldn't have come at a better time.
And for Gregory, his 17th passing touchdown of the year. One play, 55 yards. Ayoze for the point after. That was his first touchdown reception of the year. The kick is up. It's good. And Jackson State leading 14-0. And we're still in the first quarter with 9:20 to go. Barely 2 minutes elapsed between the first and second touchdown.
Tell you what, Charlie, get a chance to watch Harold Heath, a big guy. He's a junior, 6'4", 230 pounds, and he just splits the middle of the seam of the zone, and he just outlegs all the defenders and trucks it into the end zone.
More importantly than that, how much more perfect could you throw that ball than Sean Gregory did?
He couldn't have ran down there and delivered it no better than that. Just flying over the head.
That's putting it on the money.
Look at that. Tight spiral. He just split the seam in the zone defense.
William Glenn, the closest man to him, the
helped
junior,
him in the end zone.
Out of Austin, Texas. And Sean Gregory.
He may break that 150. What do you need? 167 yards.
157.
157 to break a 6,000 yard completion in his collegiate career. He may do that in the first quarter. Special team.
No. He's down.
Down by fumble.
He's down.
Brown cannot call the fumble. Right.
So
Brown cannot call the fumble. I don't know if he had possession, though, Charlie. He didn't have possession.
No, they didn't have possession.
He didn't have possession.
It's a turnover.
Yes, it is.
And the thing about this is Texas Southern was a -17 in the giveaway takeaway ratio,
department,
while Jackson State was a +12.
Here it is. You can make the call for yourself. He doesn't have the handle yet. He's trying to find a handle. Still doesn't have it. Still doesn't have it. Ball comes up, a loose. Jackson State recovers.
And they get the ball 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of Texas Southern. They have scored their first 2 possessions. They lead it 14-0. And we haven't played 6 minutes of the first half.
Hey.
Quarter. Barnett with his 7th touchdown reception of the year. One play, 12 yards. That reminds me of the old Mississippi Valley, doesn't it?
Tell you what, Jerry Rice, Willie Tartan and Company. Steve Barnlaven and Company. Certainly does, Charlie. I tell you what, first 3 possessions, Jackson State is putting it into the end zone.
The route is on so far. It's 20-0. And this one comes with just 11 seconds. I should say 21 seconds after the last one.
Tell you what.
8:59 left. 21-0. BET, JSU rock the house. They're rocking it so far.
Certainly is. I may not need that parachute tonight, Charlie.
Now you already jumped.
Here it is again, a fade pattern to Tim Barnett. I mean, Gregory has not missed a pass tonight.
I think he's had 1 incompletion.
1 incompletion, you're right. But he's almost perfect.
Gregory owns a number of Jackson State passing records. Most passing yards in a game, most touchdown passes in a game. He has 2 in this one already. And Jackson State may have it.
No.
Come on, Len.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't be biased either, can I? Red, white, blue still runs heavy in my veins, Charlie.
At this point, he is 5 of 6. That is Gregory for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's not bad, I tell you. 8 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Texas Southern, 2nd possession.
At their own 20-yard line. Keep the ball on the ground and not much running room for Cravey. Here's Tim Barnett.
Is he happy?
Yes, indeed. Young man, they say, they call him one of the blues man. The blues man because he's from Gunnison, Mississippi, which sits on 61 between Memphis and New Orleans, the river cities, where all those great blues guys come from.
Yeah.
Like Screaming Jay Hawkins and Howlin' Wolf and Ike Turner, B.B. King.
You know all the blues.
He's one of the blues men.
Yes.
He gives the defensive blues.
He certainly did then.
Incomplete. Tip ball. Coach Highsmith, I talked to him on yesterday. What did he have to say about the game?
Well, I think the biggest thing about this game is going to bring out a whole lot of pride. I'm hoping that's what it do. We're a little short-handed, but nothing to worry about. We got a few people not playing. I think we got people that's got to have to play both ways. People that's got to show, do they want to be here? We got most of our sophomores here now. And the significance of this game is to make a good showing because the future for us is going to be around the corner. And I think all these guys on this team now are going to be a part of this future. So it's significant to us, in my part, that we just stay in the game and play tough and have some fun because our day's going to come.
Well, they'll have to come soon because this coach's quote brought to you by Amtrak with over 500 destinations nationwide for you to choose from. And right now, Texas Southern being walloped 21-0 with 8:07 left in the first quarter. The last 2 drives by Jackson State were 1-play drives.
Governor
of Mississippi in attendance for this one.
He's being well entertained tonight.
Third down. Stacy Moore.
Got some heat.
The left-handed quarterback throws it incomplete. And heat was applied, and it'll bring up a 4th down situation, and they'll have to punt it away. They've had the ball in their hands twice. They've gained a total of 3 yards.
That's defense.
The punter is the tight end, so he has to take his shoe and sock off and throw his shoe to the sideline when he goes in the punt. That is Curtis Neal. He said last week he threw the shoe. He thought he was throwing the sideline and went straight up in the air and came down, almost hit him on the head.
I'd like to see him punt in Detroit around this time. Taking the shoe off. Blocked! Shanked.
Or shanked. And it may make it to the 50. It just does, and goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Jackson State. This is where they'll go to work, leading 21-0. They have scored on every possession a 32-yard punt. Even though he shanked it, it still got a good roll out of it.
Took a TSU bounce.
Now look at the injuries. We talked about the defense for Texas Southern. The problem, they have 5 linebackers. Al White, of course, was put off the team. And here are the other people: Kevin Harris, Brian Brewer. Well, these are not a linebacker, but Kevin Harris, Brian Brewer, and the rest of the guys who they lost. And here in the secondary again, running very well, James Johnson for another 1st down for Jackson State. Also hurt, Hubbard with a knee injury, Mike Strahan a neck injury, Patterson a neck, Gibson a knee, Greg Ford a neck. I mean, it's like MASH
Helen Keller, yeah.
21 yards on this run by James Johnson.
Like Johnny, when Johnny come marching home team.
Into Texas Southern territory. Flag, maybe illegal procedure against Jackson State.
Yeah, back moved when the defensive line almost started to come offside.
First penalty of the ball game.
That's pretty good.
7:05 remaining in the 1st quarter. Here's James Johnson. The stats on him: 696 yards, ranks him number 4 in the conference, also in scoring with 9 touchdowns coming in. Paul Holly, our referee. 5-yard penalty. There's W.C. Gordon. As I said, they need a win tonight to clinch at least a tie, because every other team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference has at least 2 losses. The only loss to Jackson State suffered was to Alabama State. A big win of the day over Grambling. And we'll get you up to date on the scores of other games a little later on. Gregory back to pass, looking for Barnett. Knocked away. Good defense downfield applied by Cedric Maxwell, number 18, sophomore out of FAMU High in Tallahassee.
Didn't look like he had the velocity on that one. Looked like he tried to throw a soft touch in there between the defenders, but again, excellent coverage by the secondary of Texas Southern University.
Sean Gregory ranked 12th in the nation in 1AA in passing efficiency and total offense. Number 1 pass in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. 2nd down, 15. Quick out, overthrown. Barnett, the intended receiver, on the far sideline. He also is a school career passing leader and touchdown leader. Came into the game with 5,943 yards and 46 touchdowns. He has 103 yards passing so far.
Fine young man. He's a Kappa also, Charlie. And speaking of Kappas, yo to the Noops around the world, as well as to the rest of the Panhellenic Council.
Who?
The Panhellenic Council. That's the council that makes up the rest of the
What is a Noop?
Noop's a Kappa.
What's that?
I'm going to make you a Noop. I'm going to make you a Noop, Jazz.
3rd and 15.
I'm going to make you a Noop, Jazz.
Jackson State. 6:43 remaining, 1st quarter. Gregory
Sideline.
throws, incomplete. Barnett. That's the first series in which Jackson State has failed to advance the ball. So they'll punt it away. And that'll bring on Fred McRae, whose uncle is Gerald McRae.
Correct.
At Tennessee State.
Tell you what, that was one of the poorest series, I guess we'll see, of Jackson State. Well, anyway, thus far tonight. They open up the series with a 21-yard jaunt by the running back and then 3 incompleted forward passes.
That's Brian Wiggins. He's only returned 2 punts this year. In fact, Jackson State's main punt return man is injured. Percy Clay with banged up ribs. Here's the punt. Wiggins to the 6-yard line, driven all the way back, and now he's trying to get some more running room, but he gets to the 15, and that's it. And that's where Texas Southern will go to work, first down and 10 from their own 15, as the stop is made by Bernard Willett, a 36-yard punt.
Wiggins should have may have elected to let that ball go in the end zone. They'd have came out with better field position. Only not that shy of the 20-yard marker, but
they mark it at the 16. Their third possession. They trail 21-0. And the pitch comes outside for Kerry Henderson, and he is banged down. Big number 98 on the stop. Eric Elzey is one of the men in on the stop defensively, and Chris Gale, the senior, also a graduate of Jackson State.
Defense at its finest.
Management marketing.
Good force, good field, good containment. And once you get those two elements working, you got help from your friends coming from both sides. Good team pursuit does Jackson State's defense have. Always been a notorious defensive unit.
Chris Gale, senior out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Injured in '89, missed the season. In '88, he was an all-conference selection.
Vicksburg, Mississippi, the site of the touchdown.
And this one will go for a touchdown. Running it in for Jackson State defensively is Demetrius Wells. And that is the 7th touchdown return for interception return for a touchdown this year by Jackson State.
Well, you know, the offense missed his 4th touchdown on his 4th series, so the defense came up and played role of the crowd pleaser. Here it is. Stacy Moore comes out, tries to force one in. Just outstanding coverage here by Demetrius Wells as he goes into the end zone, high-stepping it, untouched by human hands.
24 yards on the return for Demetrius Wells. Iosi for the point after, trying to make and a bad snap, and they won't get this one away. 27-0 the score. The extra point no good.
It's not Ozzy's fault.
8:5:39 the time remaining first quarter, and we'll be back.